Hi students, my name is Judy Haggerty and I'd like to welcome you to the Teasley Middle School Media Center. We are so excited you decided to stop by today and learn a little bit more about what we have to offer. Whether you're interested in learning more about books or computers or a reading area, there is always lots to do and to see in our Media Center. Okay everyone, let's get ready to learn how we can find what we are looking for in the different areas of our Media Center. Within our Media Center, there are several areas that we will learn about today. Let's begin with one of our most abundant resources, books. Among the many books we have available, there are 4 main sections, each offering a different type of book. The sections include fiction, nonfiction, biography, and the reference materials section. Pay attention as we discover what each of these sections has to offer. We'll review these again at the end and see if you can help figure out where some of these books belong. One of the best uses of the Media Center is collaboration. Our students love working closely with Mrs. Patterson, our media specialist, to learn new skills. Books in the fiction section are arranged alphabetically by the author's last name. So, let's say you were looking for a Twilight book. You would need to look in the M section because the author's last name, Myers, begins with an M. So, as we find our book, there are some important things we need to pay attention to. Here, we can see the call number of our book. Every book in the Media Center has a unique call number. Looking for our call number is important for a few reasons. First, it helps us locate our book from the card catalog. Second, it's also important that we pay attention to our call number when we put the books back on the shelves. That way, it's in exactly the right place for the next person to find if they need it. Now let's explore the fiction section. Books in this section contain stories that are not true. They are made up by the author. Usually, fiction books are chapter books and are used by older students such as yourselves. They are often longer stories and contain far fewer pictures than picture books do. In the fiction section, the call numbers will begin with an F or an FIC. This represents the word fiction. Below this section, the first few letters of the author's last name will be displayed, just like we saw earlier. Let's compare and see what we've learned so far. Look at these 2 books. Can you easily tell which is a picture book and which is a fiction book? How can you tell? If you could tell that the picture book was a more colorful book with very few words and pictures taking up most of the page, and identify the fiction book as the one with black and white pages and mostly all text, you are correct. Remember, both the picture book section and the fiction section contain books that are not true, have call numbers that use the author's last name to sort them alphabetically on the shelves, but they contain very different stories in both length and age appropriateness. Let's continue on our tour by taking a look at the nonfiction section. Nonfiction books are true and are used to gather information on a particular subject. Unlike the other category we've looked at, nonfiction books are shelved in numerical order by subject or topic. The Dewey Decimal System is used to categorize or organize books in the section by grouping them in sets of 10. To help us easily locate nonfiction books, shelf markers are used to direct our search. For example, if we were looking for a book about our school mascot, a raider, we would look around the 300 section. 300 is for cultures and societies. Don't worry about knowing what each group in the nonfiction section represents. We have a kid-friendly display set up that will help you on your way. Also, don't forget to use the shelf markers. They are a great hint to help get you pointed in the right direction. Now it's time for us to visit the biography section. A biography is a true story of someone's life, written by someone else. In this section, we'll find stories about presidents and inventors, actors and athletes, and lots more people you've probably heard of. Biographies are housed within the nonfiction section, but are all grouped together with their own call number, 921 in the Dewey Decimal System. Close to our nonfiction section, we come to our reference section. Here you will find encyclopedias, dictionaries, and atlases and globes. These materials are very special and have to be used inside the Media Center. They are not allowed to be checked out, but are for everyone to share. Let's examine what each of these reference materials have to offer. Encyclopedias are books that span many volumes and tell us true facts and information on various subjects. The call number on an encyclopedia, like any book within the reference section, is an R or the letters REF. Also, you'll see that the encyclopedias are numbered and lettered. This information is used not only to keep the books in order, but also to help you find information that is of interest to you. For example, if you're looking for information on dogs, you would look for the volume that had the letter D printed on the spine. Next in our reference collection, we come across our dictionaries. Dictionaries come in all shapes and sizes. There are student dictionaries, pocket dictionaries, and subject-specific dictionaries. No matter which type you pick up, they all have a few things in common. First, words are arranged in alphabetical order. Also, the word you're looking up will usually be printed in bold with the definition to follow. In some dictionaries, pronunciation guides are used to help you figure out how to correctly say a word. We have several types of dictionaries in our Media Center. Atlases and globes are also available within our Media Center. These are useful in looking at different places around the world. An atlas contains a group of maps, often showing different angles or views of an area. A globe is a map that is round and spins. Spin the globe, place your finger on an area to stop the spinning, and see where you've landed. Now imagine you're taking a trip there. What do you see? You can learn a lot about another state or country simply by knowing where it is located. That completes our reference section. Now, let's review. All information found in the reference section is true, also called nonfiction. Encyclopedias, dictionaries, atlases, and globes are all found in our reference section. Reference materials are not allowed to be checked out, but are to be used within the Media Center. That completes our tour of the book sections. We've looked at fiction books, nonfiction books, biographies, and reference materials. But wait, that's not all we have in our Media Center. Let's take a look at some of the other resources we have right here at Teasley Middle School. Our Media Center also has 16 computer workstations and 18 laptops available for student use. Whether you're taking an accelerated reader test, looking up a book to check out using our Destiny catalog system, or creating a project for class, this area is always lots of fun for students. Once you've selected your book or completed your assignment, there's a comfy reading area in the corner of the Media Center that you're able to use. Make sure you have permission from your teacher to come spend some free time reading. Be sure to check it out. Speaking of checking things out, we don't want to forget to visit the circulation desk to check out our book. To do this, you'll need to scan your agenda, scan your book, and then click Reset on the computer. Don't worry if you don't remember this order the first few times. There are directions listed on the card in front of the computer, and the Library Media Specialist is always available to help you in any of these areas. Once you finish reading your book, you need to return it to the Media Center as promptly as possible for other students to check out. In order to do this, you come into the Media Center, scan the book by itself at the check-in computer, and then place the book on the appropriate cart. This way, other students are also able to enjoy the book you've just finished. We have now completed our tour of the Teasley Middle School Media Center. Let's see if you can use what we've just learned to help answer a few questions. In which section would we find a book that is not true, also called fiction, that contains mostly pictures and very few words or text? If you said the picture book section, you're correct. Let's try another one. What is the name of the special section located within the nonfiction or true section that contains stories of people's lives? If you said the biography section, you're correct. And finally, our last question, once you've found a book you would like to read, what must you do in order to take it out of the Media Center with you? If you said, check it out, you're correct. Please remember that all books are due back to the Media Center 2 weeks from the day you check them out. Teasley Middle School's Media Specialist, Mrs. Patterson, and I hope you have enjoyed your visit to the Teasley Middle School Media Center. Please come back anytime and tell your friends.